Welcome to the RedIn30 podcast, where we talk about Jesus, truth, and us, all using red words.
Using red words. Black.
Well, we're back again. Happy RedIn30 day.
Happy Easter.
Wait, start it over.
No, we ain't starting nothing over.
Happy RedIn30 day.
Boy, ain't know what to say just now.
It is
That's how it works
Red
sometimes.
Maybe we can have a RedIn30 day one day.
RedIn30 day one day. Hey, that's a good way to bring it back.
And it'll be the silence day we keep talking about.
This is our RedIn30 day. I like that because this day we record RedIn30. But
Yeah.
Every day
are.
RedIn30, yo.
every day RedIn30.
It is episode.
Doce! I say doce! Doce! I say doce!
Trap.
Oh,
You supposed to keep going.
his face out ain't ready yet.
No, I could have went, but I didn't know y'all wanted me to do it like that.
I'll just,
Oh.
we'll go out with it.
bring it back.
We'll go out with it. Don't say
At
that. We'll
the
go out
end.
with it.
You know, I got bars.
Bars all day long. So we're here. This is RedIn30.
Yes.
RedIn30.com. RedIn30. We talk about Jesus, truth, and you, all using red words.
Yeah.
We love the entire Bible. We believe that the Bible is a story about you and that Jesus tells us who we really are in the story. We believe that the Bible is a progression of man, but it also leads up to our identity.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So we ain't going to get into that. That's going to be another conversation. 'Cause, but
Every episode is really leading you to your identity.
it always leads to your identity. If something does not lead you to your true identity, it could be leading you somewhere else. It's a good point, right?
Yeah.
No matter how good it is, no matter how good it feels or how moral it seems, if it's not leading you to your true identity, which is your oneness with Christ, your oneness with God, which is what they intended, then we could be missing the point. So RedIn30, RedIn30.com. It's a 30-day reading of the Gospels. It's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Once again, because we love the whole Bible, we believe that those particular Gospels tell us really who we are.
Yeah.
Because they're red words. And who's the red words?
Jesus.
Jesus
Christ.
We love you, God. And so this is what we are. So if you haven't gone, now go to RedIn30.com. Follow us on at RedIn30. We also have this podcast, and then we have the Gospels podcast,
Yes.
which posts the Gospel, the daily readings, about 3 chapters a day.
Yep.
And so,
YouTube.
So get linked
We
in
have-
YouTube. Get in, subscribe. We got the regular YouTube with this is on right here.
Yes.
And then we have the Gospels YouTube too, where you have the YouTube with the little pretty picture.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
shout out to Caleb and Jam. And so
Yeah. Shout out.
fresh vibes you can listen to. Come on. And so that's what we are. So enough with all the intros. How are y'all feeling? Y'all okay? We're here with the lovely
I'm feeling
Nakia.
great. What's up? And that was on time.
Get it up there.
For the first time, like, right on time.
You know it's real when you clap up, boy. You
Clap
clap
up.
Come on.
Oh
And then
my
we're
God.
here with the bro, Pastor Jay.
What's
Get it
up?
there. Oh, come on, you got to give him a above the mic clap, too. And I am DM, and so we rolling, and we good. Woo! All right. You, all right, so
We'll
Oh
never
my God.
part.
I feel really good today.
Yeah. I do too.
I'm feeling really good. Y'all feeling
So
good?
do I.
Yes,
Feeling real
This is
good.
unhealthy.
I'm excited because I think I'm excited about what we're doing. I'm excited about these episodes. I'm excited about everything is Red 30 because we're somewhat. I think every story, a lot of times the narrative needs to change to really get the point.
Right.
You know, you can get a storyteller and they can tell the story. You ever heard somebody tell you a story, but they told it the wrong way,
Yeah.
and they left some stuff out, and it changed the whole entire story.
Telephone.
Yeah, right. The movie, the
Right,
game
that's
telephone, right?
real.
When you pass it around the room, and before you know it, when it gets back to the original person, it's like a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Attention to detail,
Detail,
right?
yes.
It makes all the points. So
Right.
I love that. I think that's what this is because overall, I just believe it. Today it really hit me that I really believe that. I think it's all of ours, but I'm just speaking personally for myself. It just hit me today that like this is just my point in life. Like this, my whole purpose in life was this. You know what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
kind of help change the narrative to what I think it should be. It's
Yeah.
not that something's wrong with the story now.
Right.
Or it's not that the story is a bad story or the story been told, but it's not specific enough. And if I really don't know all the details, then I can never be everything.
Right.
Right.
Because some stuff missing.
Some stuff
Something
is missing.
is missing.
That's like, come on, like you ever try to put your PIN number in, you know, at the ATM or something, but if you miss a number, you got a wrong number.
Ain't happening.
It's not
No
gonna work.
access, yeah.
Right.
No access. All phone numbers the same way.
Yeah.
Any number that you have to put in, you put in numbers in your garage when you put in or your front door, or your social security number. If you put the numbers in wrong, your account numbers, your passwords,
Ain't gonna work.
right on the. I mean, I got so many passwords I gotta remember. One little thing out of order, and you are locked out of your account. It's your
Yeah.
account.
Yep. Can't get in.
But you can't get in because you got one thing out of order.
That's how it is. That's how perspective is.
That's how perspective. And then it'd be funny too, because like you gotta have the numbers, you got the words capped, you gotta have like uppercase, lowercase, like you gotta do everything right.
The numbers and the symbols.
And it determines whether you have the key to get in to your account. It's your account now.
It's yours, yeah.
Right. Right, and then you gotta do the forgot password and the security questions, and then you forgot your security questions.
Go to the email.
Oh my God! And that sounds like what it is, what modern day religion is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We done forgot the password.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what we talking about today, guys?
We are talking about
Just breathe.
things
Can we
that
go to breathe? Calm down, breathe.
basically breathing and calming down.
Calm down.
So I feel like everybody deals with this on different levels,
Yep.
but you do deal with it
Yep.
at some point.
Yep.
And it's anxiety.
Yeah.
And, we like to
Anxiousness, like yesterday.
categorize certain people as, people who suffer with anxiety, but we all have a little anxiety,
right.
depending on like what's most important to you.
Right.
You're shaking your head. Why? You say, no, that's not you. I mean, at some
he
point.
does not.
Nonchalant. Actually, right. The
Nothing
more we
else.
explained it, the more it sounds like Jeremiah.
He's like the anti-venom to the venom, which is anxiety.
That's the best way
As
to be,
long as I
though,
know, they
dude.
just do not care. And it's like
bro.
consequences or nothing. It's like, oh, I'm about to joke.
Oh, man.
it's a
I'm
free
about to
life.
slap it. It don't matter.
It's a free life, bro.
I mean,
I can't agree to that one, Nikhil.
Man, that's funny. That's funny.
But
Well,
continue your point.
okay. Well, most people on,
people
and
deal
definitely
with-
most
we deal
people
with
nowadays.
Pressures.
Yeah.
Right.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
Pressures.
And everybody
Yeah.
deals with pressures.
Deal with pressure, and they deal with them differently.
Right.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, some people deal with them in a certain way where it becomes anxious or stressful.
Yeah.
I've dealt with stress before. I know that. It's stressful or anxious, or you could send you in a hole, depression, or different things of that nature.
Yeah.
And all of those places are not a good place to be. We call it mental health. When we say
Right.
people suffer from things, and I understand the concept. I get it. I understand therapy and all that stuff. I think it's all great, but sometimes, if I just got to stop standing in the same place. You know what I'm saying? And I got to stop when it starts to rain. I need to get an umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go inside. Like I shouldn't be in the rain and complain about the rain and never change. You never change positions.
Yeah.
A lot of people, let me prelude. Can we prelude this by
Yeah.
saying before anybody is hearing this, before you take anything you've heard before now and make it your way of living, or you say that we don't know because of this. You don't know what we know, number one. But then facts. Are you taking, or you feel some kind of way, so now you're in your mind battling to hold on with what you think
It's
is
cool.
a part of you. It's
Yeah.
not.
Lies.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
lies.
No,
You've been lied
that's a
to.
good prelude.
It may be in your vicinity.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everybody, you ever caught a cold before? Like a cold, you ever caught a cold? That don't mean you was a cold.
Right.
That don't mean you a virus. That
Right.
just means there's something that was in your vicinity at the time, and you had to do certain things to get that out of your system. You get what I'm saying? But it's not who you are.
Right.
I like to tell people, don't let a temporary situation become a lifetime decision. You know what I'm saying? Don't make
Yeah.
decisions based off of something that's temporary. Your emotions, your feelings, these different things that try to torment our minds in certain different ways are emotional and feeling, and they're fleeting as well.
Right.
They're changing variables.
They're changing variables.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is that we allow a lot of things in our life to become repeat offenders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
And we let them
facts.
hang around. We don't realize that they don't have to be there.
Yep.
And so, your
that's a
different
good one,
things,
yeah.
your anxiety, your depression, and I guess
And
we're
if we
talking about
take
anxiety
it,
mostly.
Yeah, and we were talking about it a little bit the other day, but I feel like a lot of anxiety comes from when you take yourself too seriously.
Yeah.
Are you're putting all this stuff,
And that's tough to
even
hear.
the bad things, you're putting them on pedestals enough to if you try to define anxiety, it's just like troubling in your mind, or you're troubled by some uncertainty.
Right.
So basically,
Some
it's
uncertainty.
worrying. Right.
You're troubled by something that's uncertain.
But
You're troubled by something that's uncertain. So it's not certain. So you're troubled by something that's not really factual,
right.
or it's not really certain or
Not
stable.
fixed, yeah.
It's not fixed. It may not even really be there.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But nevertheless, you are troubled
By that.
by something that's
Uncertain.
uncertain.
Yeah. It's in your mind. It just
a
lives
fiction.
in your mind. Yep.
Well, I'm big on. You just said take yourself too. I'm big on not taking myself
Too
too seriously.
That's why we
Right.
don't. What
Me too.
Jeremiah was talking about earlier is because of. He's saying he's very nonchalant, which he is, which can be a good thing,
Right.
because that means he's not taking himself so seriously that one little small mess up is like that's the world crashing down on
But
me
you know
today.
that's what they teach
because
us.
this is what it's supposed to be like.
That's what we
You
learn.
got to be able to
Yeah.
let things go.
You gotta
Yeah.
let them go, but we learn the other way. We learn. Come on, I remember in school.
We hold on. We hold on to the
What?
bugs, boy.
Boy, school
What?
said, boy, you know, if you don't get 11th grade right, you're gonna be a failure.
Forever.
Like your life is gonna be over.
Ain't no other way.
What?
You can't bounce back.
Right, you 16
Nah,
years
crazy.
old, bro. This stuff is planted in us younger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All your friends gonna leave you.
Yeah, all your friends gonna leave you. They gonna be balling. You gonna be slumming. It's like,
Oh man.
what? Now you just living your life in a certain way to try to keep up with what you think is the important thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy, and it becomes stressful, and then you become anxious about it,
Yeah.
and you become caught up with something that's uncertain. A lot of times you don't even know. I don't want to jump, but you don't even know what tomorrow holds.
All right. You don't.
The only thing you got is right now.
Yup.
Right.
Yup.
So I think that our certainty or what we are founded on are things that are certain to us. We need to change our focus on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And once again, it always goes back to identity. I'm a big stickler with not taking myself too seriously.
Right.
I've taken myself too
Ditto.
seriously before. Whether somebody says something about me, most times it comes from outside.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Everybody's saying something,
Yep.
and you begin to relay off of what they say.
Yeah.
You try to stand up to it, or you try to get away from it, or whatever it is. However you feel about it at the time, you try to relate to that,
Yeah.
and it becomes the problem.
Yeah.
To what somebody said from the outside,
Ain't got nothing to do with you.
no, it has nothing.
Ain't got nothing to do with
And
you.
think about it. It really is. Everything has come from the outside, because when you came here, you were just a blank slate.
Yep.
So everything had to come from the outside.
Right.
And a lot of things probably is subconscious.
Right.
And you just learned that way. You know what I'm saying?
You picked up things and you learn to use your godness, for something else. You know what I'm saying? You learn to use your God identity
That's terrible.
for something else. It's a horrible thing. Don't take yourself so seriously, so, right?
Yeah.
And something that's hard. And if you're listening to this,
That's
and
not hard, bro.
No, but I'm saying
It's not hard.
it's
It's
not hard.
easy,
It's
bruh.
easy. It's easy. But if you're listening to this, you're right. It's very
It's easy, bruh.
And I'm not taking no shots from nobody. You're right.
Yeah.
Because if you're listening to this and you're complaining about the statement, say don't take yourself too serious, and you think that's why you're anxious, that's why you have anxiety, and you have a problem with that, that's your problem.
Yeah.
Like you're probably trying to hold on to something.
That you just, this picture that you've built for yourself.
This thing that you built for yourself. We were talking the other day, and I was describing. I said, I think it comes from taking yourself too seriously. I believe this, and internalizing the idea, or internalizing your idea of who you think you are. So there's this person that we've all built. Everybody in the room, you,
Right.
me, we've all built this person based on whatever. Like
Yeah.
it might be childhood, it might be upbringing, it might be things that we built in our personality to protect ourselves. But it's this idea of Montreal, right, that I
Right.
built.
Right.
I put that joke on every morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I take them off, I go to bed sometimes, because that's when you're vulnerable, you're by yourself, you're like, oh my God. Right? But you put them on because you got to put them on for the whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you put on all this armor, right? But it's the
Roles.
idea. That's great. The whole armor. That wasn't Jesus said to put on the whole armor, God. Huh? That's in the letters, ain't it? That's in the letters,
Let me
right?
see.
And I can. All right, this is RedIn30. This the Bible's a story about you, right? Right. Put on the whole armor, God. And I'm not no diss about that. I know the shield of faith.
Right.
Yeah, that's Paul.
Breastplate of righteousness, and all the righteousness is who you are. So if you just put a breastplate on,
You missing
another
the rest.
conversation, right?
What?
Helmet of salvation, but I am saved. Okay, but I get what you were trying to say.
Right.
But it's still a little bit like it's still like a little bit.
Yeah,
no,
'cause he's
right?
trying to get people.
Trying to get people to come that way. I get
Yeah.
it. But if
Yeah.
I brought that armor to, let's go to a story, Bible story about you, right?
All right.
David was called to go to kill Goliath.
Right.
He came. He said, "Well, actually, he wasn't called to go. He
he
went on his own
volunteered.
because he was like, what's wrong with y'all? Why y'all so scared?
Yeah.
Our God is he him or is he not? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Facts.
And so as soon as he gets there with Saul, all right, you're gonna see modern day a religious traditional church right now. What I'm about to say, as soon as he gets to Saul, the established one, Saul begins to try to put his armor
put this on.
Yeah.
on him because he only knows how to win with armor.
One way. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
But they're losing right now.
Yep.
And you're inside.
Right.
It's amazing to me that people give advice from a defeated place.
Man. All day.
Like, y'all not winning.
Like this was just hold on. What
Yeah,
show me what
Show me what you got. I tell you what, you put it on and you go out there with it, right?
Right.
And the first thing you try to do is put an arm on him.
This what
And-
you need.
Right, this is what you need. And David says, no. First of all, don't fit.
Right.
It's not my and then let's go
It's not my steez.
let's go physically like just anatomy and everything. It would have slowed him down if he had to do anything.
Right.
Because it's just a big armor, bulky
It's heavy,
armor, metal
yeah.
armor, heavy, right? David said, no, I'm just going to go out here and do what I got to do, right? Jesus in the lineage of David, so it kind of gives a prelude that we're not going to put on what you've been having on for so long because we got to be able to move nimble and quick and be able to be where we got to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good point.
Right, but it's this idea, it's putting on all of this stuff. I put this stuff on for the battle of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just do all this stuff, this idea of myself, and so I internalize it. This is why therapy, right? Like therapy, is so beneficial to a lot of people. It may be beneficial, but it may not be root fixing
Yeah.
because you're getting something out. So you internalize something, but you get it out.
Right.
So you're talking. But how much stuff you done talked about you didn't finish or you didn't do?
Right.
Right.
Same.
But it's helpful.
Every day.
Because you're talking about it, right? But talking about it is no longer the issue right now. Now we have to change the processing of why it's happening. Right? I mean, if something keeps happening to me, then I got to find out why it's happening, right? If something keeps happening, I got to find out why it's happening and get back to the root.
Yeah.
I don't need to keep getting medicine for the problem. I need to find out the problem.
Get rid of the
Back to
medicine.
the thought.
You always go back to the thought. Always goes back to the thought. And here's the thought, not just the thought. Now watch this. You can get to the place where you're fighting thoughts, but that's an unending battle.
Oh, because that's a good leeway to take no thought for your life.
Take no thought
so
for
when
your
we
life.
say don't take your life too seriously,
That's Matthew 6.
I mean that proves it right
like-
there. Take
like-
no thought for your life.
And all tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, none of that. Especially in the stuff that he's listing
Chill out.
in Matthew 6, right? He's saying the basics,
I'm not-
like
I'm not saying it-
clothes,
I'm not-
food, but you can keep that list going.
Yo,
Yeah.
and
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm saying it from a place of
Everything.
being concerned about a lot.
Yes.
You know, I'm saying it from a place of being concerned about a lot of different stuff.
What your mama gonna think? What
You
your
know-
sister gonna think?
Yeah.
How everybody gonna respond? I mean,
Yeah.
the list goes on.
Yeah. And for me, speaking personally, for me,
Hate it.
it's hurt me before. It's hurt me. It's caused me to be stressed, and it's hurt me. It's caused me to trip out sometimes. Maybe I
Yep.
never had any panic attacks, but it caused me to trip out sometimes because you're just so concerned about every little detail.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's not that every little detail doesn't need to be touched or changed, but the way that you're doing it is not by chasing every detail.
Right.
Yes.
It's like trying
And
to water.
obsessing over it.
Yeah,
Or
like watering every.
overthinking it, because some of that stuff you know what? Because you really can't change it.
You can't.
You know, it's all about once you get that take no thought for your life
Right.
in your mind.
Right.
I mean, it's going to eventually change how
It'll
things are
change
happening.
because of your perspective.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of you.
You know, because he says things like, "You can't add to your height. You can't do it
Yeah,
anyway.
once
So
you-
why
yeah.
worry about all the things in your mind anyway?
Nope.
Yeah.
All the stuff on the outside, half of that stuff you can't change. You definitely can't change other people.
Bro, and that's what I never
mean-
understood about people, bro.
Anything.
Like I still don't to this day.
To this day.
I don't understand, bro, how people like obsess about things that they have no control over
They have no
and
control
can't
over.
change.
Oh
Like
my
what somebody
God.
else think about you,
You can't change
It's
it.
can't
out
change
there.
that.
You,
But-
you gonna get in their mind. You gonna fix it up. You can't.
You can change stuff about yourself to make yourself be how you think.
And
that
that's
they want
what-
you.
that's what we do.
Yeah,
And
you gonna fail.
It still might not reach like what they want, and then you still failing because you
Oh
still
my
trying.
God.
Like,
I always like
hey,
to-
bro, think
yeah.
what you want, think, bro.
Think what you want.
I'm cool. I'm cool with me.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I always
Always be good.
yeah, I always use the analogy because we always talk about perfect, and we like to say the statement, ain't nobody perfect.
Right.
It's the stupidest thing in the world, and I just want to say it officially on tape.
Say it one more time. Hold on. Be
It's
quiet,
the-
Nikhil.
It's the stupidest thing in the world, so I can say it on
Why you
tape.
crying at me?
Because
Because you was laughing, so I wanted the sound bite to
I
be
got you,
clean
I got
and
you.
crisp.
stupidest thing in the world. Because perfection has nothing to do with flawlessness.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing that's flawless. Flawless is an idea that somebody came up with and based it on what they thought about, and now you have this idea, but it's not a real thing.
Beyonce?
It's this guy. Oh my God. Beehive, we love
that's
you.
wrong.
Beehive, we love you.
Oh, God.
And we
Don't
will
be scared of the
always-
beehive.
I'm not.
Hey, take that whole part
I'm
out.
not. I believe in.
She touched herself.
Oh, my God. I'm just saying.
what?
I'm saying let's not start anything.
No, so
Nah, but flawless. It's
flawless,
I
right?
understand.
Perfection has everything to do with maturity, growth, and purpose. So, what's your favorite color? Go.
black.
Don't have one.
Favorite color?
Never had
Well,
one.
it's mutually black and white.
That's
Okay,
not my
so-
question for me.
Michael Jackson. That's your favorite color. Hey, your new favorite color, we're going to call Michael Jackson. Your new favorite color is Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Next time somebody says
my
favorite color, you say Michael
God.
We
Jackson.
don't know which one he is.
We just want to know which one. Which one is the black one or the white one? Both of them.
Both of them.
Right? All right, so
What's your favorite color?
blue. I like
Danny,
blue.
are you
I like
okay?
blue. I don't know if it's my favorite color, but blue. All right. So, but if I had a blue pen, a blue Mont Blanc pen, right?
Right.
It would seem more perfect to me because that's my color. You probably choose a black one.
Yeah, yeah, or a
Depending on
white
the
one.
style
Or a white one.
A white one. That'll be perfect for you. So my pen wouldn't be perfect for you, according to flawlessness or whatever.
Right.
Right.
But it'd be perfect. I'm saying this. It wouldn't be flawless, but it'd be perfect because the purpose.
Right.
Because I guarantee you I can give you my blue pen and it'll do everything that you want it to do.
Yo.
And if it's got all the pieces and it'll do exactly because it's fulfilling the purpose. That's
purpose,
what
yeah.
perfection
And
is.
it's complete.
It's
when
complete.
something's made complete, you would consider that perfect and
Right.
purposeful because it's doing what it's supposed to do.
It's doing what it's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And so the idea of perfection, we got this thing and we chase these ideas of what other people think and what they want and how they want it to be when actuality and now you do that so much that you forget purpose. You forget I forgot why I was doing what I was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I forgot why I'm here. Like and life
Come
makes
on.
us chase
It's a distraction.
It's distraction.
Every time
it's
you
a
think
distraction.
about that,
Distraction. Distraction. Like you
Break it
lose,
down.
you lose
Break
a
it
grip.
down.
You lose a grip. Traction is having a grip.
Yeah.
Distraction is it makes you lose. So you lose your grip, your foothold, your thing that keeps you stable or keeps you on the ground. You lose your grip because you're distracted, and then you lose it.
Yep.
yeah,
You lose your itch.
Bust
Like
your
you, like,
head.
right. Like you lose it. Now you anxious.
yeah, worried.
You worried.
Yeah.
You stressed
Fretful.
because you've been
Yes.
distracted. So could
Mentally.
we say distraction is the root of anxiety?
That's good.
Distraction is
Yep.
the root of worry,
Yes.
fear, because you've been
Distracting.
Yep, yep,
Yeah, you're
yep.
distracted from.
distracted from what? What you distracted from? You.
Yep.
You
foundation.
You've been. Watch this. Probably. Oh man. Probably most of our lives we've been distracted from our oneness with God.
Yeah.
I would go on record saying that you don't even have to put the probably in them.
So it's actually, yeah, like from the
I mean,
time
the
that I
way
can
the world
remember that I can
is-
think, I've been distracted from my true, and it's not even religious. It's only nothing,
Yeah.
like my true origin of being one with the Father.
Yeah.
I've been distracted.
Yep.
I've even been taught distracted doctrines.
Yeah, 'cause I'm about to say you haven't even been attracted to that. Ain't nobody ever say, "Hey, Montreal, let me send you in this
Yeah,
direction."
we wasn't even on
That's
the road,
so
bro.
true.
Like,
We wasn't even there. So
Never was attracted to it.
everything was distraction
it's
from
been,
that.
It's been distraction. It's been
Isn't that
distraction.
crazy? Because
is.
it was always so boring. You think about when they start talking about something like so deep.
Right, and it's like,
Growing up, it was just like, you're not really listening. You're trying to go play the game.
oh, you feel it. You
blah,
feel
blah, blah.
it. You feel it because you know.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Yeah, when you get
But it
older,
was-
you start
it was-
looking for
it was
something
still a
more.
detachment, though. You
I
still,
always used to laugh. I used to
Yeah.
laugh at people at church, but I still laugh at them sometimes. And I'm be honest with you. Like right after prayer, like people they be in before service prayer, or be in
Praying in
intercessory
tongues.
prayer or whatever we doing, right?
Yeah.
And they get all in there, but I'm talking about hollering in the spirit. They done laid on the floor, on their knees. Yeah, don't do it.
Oh
and,
my God.
and we're like in the upper realm, so quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
And then as soon as the bell rang, we used to have a bell at the prayer. It was going boom, and
Wow,
then
did not know that.
Yeah, you used to have a bell, like the little bells you put on the table and ring. Oh, y'all didn't know that?
Like
That's crazy.
lunchtime.
Hold on, what year was this?
I think they still got a bell. They just moved. I swear.
All right.
Look, they bring the bell, bing, and as soon as the bell went, bing, it was like, girl, you
Everybody
remember?
Yes.
break.
Oh, you
I
always
was like,
talking. That's
ready,
hilarious.
break.
It
And, then,
feel
and a
like
couple
that.
times I'm praying for real, so I done really got somewhere else. I'm like, I'm somewhere else. And then I get up and like, why y'all talking to me right now?
Yeah.
And from
Give
the walk-
me a minute. Give me a minute.
And from that, that 15 minutes between prayer ending and service, they've talked about, and I never could understand how you went from the upper realm and the holies of holies and the glory to immediately good morning.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not. But I'm not being.
More attracted to the distraction. That's
one of them
how.
is weird. One of them is weird. Either you wasn't in the upper realm,
Right.
or you was actually you should have been in a regular place and just knew that who you are. Either one of them.
I think
something's
I
weird.
think it's what he was saying. Like you've always been more attracted to the distraction,
Right.
so it excites you more
Right.
when prayer ends, and you can have that conversation. Especially people talking about other
Right.
people.
Right.
They love it. It's like they eat it up.
nothing.
I'm ready to get to the the women's bathroom at church, y'all.
Oh my God.
Tell us about it.
Hey, somebody should do it. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna tell
I'm
you.
just saying them conversations though.
I'm gonna tell you we get off air what we should do.
All right. Yeah, you can't say it on.
I'm not gonna say it
Oh,
on
God.
air because I'm not gonna steal the idea, but I think it's genius.
Hey.
Let me say something. What helps me a lot to come to myself and not get so distracted like we're talking about is to realize, and I do this on a regular, it really helps me.
All right.
I realize that everything
I'm about
gonna
to judge you. Come
burn. Everything gonna burn.
Everything.
And
gonna burn.
it just helps me realize
All
that
is gonna
like
burn.
it doesn't really matter. Like how serious is this?
All is gonna
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's not the end of the world. And if it was, it was just gonna burn.
I mean,
like
what I'm
the
gonna do about
only
it-
thing that is gonna go on is our souls. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right. Our
So
identity
I can
to
come
the
back
real.
to what's important
Right.
and have that like nonchalantness.
Calm
Like, you know
down.
what?
Calm
Yeah.
down. It seems like everything.
I can chill on this.
It seems
no
everything
big-
around us.
no big
makes us
deal.
wor- Yeah, everything
no
around
big
us trying to
deal.
make us worry, man. It's like we be,
Yeah.
and it's trying to choke the life out of. They're anxious.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on.
Come on. Let me
Hey,
read
bro.
this.
Hey, bro. Your transition game
Hey, man.
has hit
It
like
has.
level
Hey,
5,000,
man,
bro.
we're trying to.
No, really.
we're
Because we
just
got my
trying to,
thoughts
we're
earlier.
trying to
That's
get
Take no thought. Choke. Hold on.
What?
Say the what?
Who's trying to get up there?
At 11:30.
Oh my God.
Love it when I'm talking.
Y'all always got a
It's
song.
So anxious. That boy hit the harmony.
high. You
He hit the
was
harmony just now.
He was sharp and you was flat.
No, I wasn't flat. Hold up.
I don't know nothing about music, but I
I
know
ain't
that.
never been flat a day in my life.
Shout it
Ever.
out. Come on, bro.
I wasn't flat when I was an amateur.
Hey, bro.
Let me get somebody to confirm.
Ever since
Confirmed.
Ever since the other night with Superstar, bro, I've been
been on them,
I've
bro?
been practicing, bro.
Practicing.
Bro.
This guy texted me.
What are you
This guy
practicing?
texted me randomly the other day and says, "Hey, bro, I'm trying to." How did you say it? Hey, bro, I'm trying to.
See if I'm getting better.
Hey, I need you to judge my.
Wait, you recorded
my
yourself
phone setup.
singing?
Yeah.
He said he never sent it though. He never
I
sent
did.
it. You did send it.
Son, I did.
Promise to God you ain't sent it. Where my
It was
phone at?
20
Hey,
seconds.
give
You
me
know
my
what? You know what the
20 seconds.
iPhone
Give me
said?
my
You ain't having it.
Give me my phone. Give me my phone.
Send
I might have been updating my phone. I might have been switching phones
Oh,
at the time.
because you was like, it don't matter what nobody think, bro. I was like, I
know
know
what I'm
that, but I
saying?
still won't know. I need to know for me.
Hold on, bro. I'm about to look this up because if I have it, we're gonna play it on the air.
Oh, I'm good.
Oh,
All right, for sure.
why?
Hold up.
Cause I hit that mug.
Let's
Can
see.
you do it right now?
I could.
We do it live.
I
We
could.
don't want a recording.
I could.
Hold up. I gotta scroll up.
You probably didn't
I
even
ain't
get
got
it.
it. I ain't got it.
It couldn't come through the phone. That was that bad.
That's crazy. No, that mug was that fire.
That thing fell through.
Man, it burned that boy phone up doing an update. They was like, hold on, let me.
You know what? We gonna burn this.
I'm looking at this conversation. Bro, rate my acapella for me. I'm trying to work on not needing the track. And then I'm not gonna tell you what I sent him back. I said, man, just believe in yourself.
Hey, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I ain't gonna say
This commentary.
No, every time I sing it, hold on.
Hold up.
Oh yeah, it is. Don't say that. No, every time I
Oh, my
sing it,
God.
I always harmonize with the track. So I wanted to sing it without the track, so that way when I could just hit it in a live version, I ain't gotta like hit a
Hey,
track with
you
it.
still
Wait,
gotta-
you have music that goes with this?
Hey, you still got it on your phone?
Yeah.
The recording?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna play this for
We'll play it later. Yeah, bet.
Y'all don't let me forget, all right? We're gonna
Bet.
play this before
Yo,
we cut off.
I'm telling
I
you,
won't
Danny.
get, I don't get.
I'm gonna be on a remix to hold you. No, you gonna be on a remix to hold you down.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my
Your song.
That boy doing two verses.
Two verses. So anxious. So
Anxious.
choke.
Oh, Lord.
Right?
I'm distracted.
Lose
From all
my
of this singing.
Right.
Okay, anxious. Right, everybody knows anxiety comes from anxious. This is why we're reading the etymology of
Right.
that word and
Right.
anxiety, because it's going to lead you there anyway.
Right.
So anyway, the root word of, well, let's go. The Latin word of anxious. I'm going to try to say this.
You got it.
Anger.
Hey, just spell it.
Okay. Angere.
Angere.
Yeah, so that's the Latin word for anxious.
At
It
first I
looks
thought
like
you-
angry, but
At first I thought you was spelling anger. I was like, Nakia.
It's angry. It's like you say, it's like so the angry.
It's like
like
anger.
I am angry at you.
Angari.
I am angry with you.
Angari.
You have no idea.
No, I think it's Angari.
Okay, Angari. We'll go with that.
Angari.
Angari. Angari.
Ungodly. It sounds
You know,
like.
Oh, hey.
Hey. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to put together a little like RedIn30 book with the definitions that we have talked about.
Come on, let's go. And the pronunciation. Come on, let's go.
So in Latin,
on, writer.
this word means to choke and to squeeze. Basically, they have figuratively, to break it down, torment,
Right.
to choke. We can stop right
Straight like that.
Right.
Torment
choking
is
yourself.
saying like when you choking something.
Right.
Yeah.
You choke yourself like are you choking like right. You lose your grip
And you allow something uncertain.
to cut your breathing.
Bruh. Can you imagine somebody right now, like you hallucinating, like somebody choking you or whatever, ain't nobody touching you.
Ain't nobody touching you.
That's anxiety. You ain't. Hey,
Y'all be looking like,
real
what's
life.
wrong with Jeremiah? This boy over here tripping.
Hey, if you're not watching the YouTube version of this, you gotta watch the YouTube version.
Oh my
Because that
God.
choke.
Oh God.
But that's what
Oh
that's what it
my
looks like in real life. You be like, what's wrong?
Nothing is
the
wrong.
What's the first thing you do to somebody? They would do like somebody broke out the room right there. I slap.
I might throw some water on.
Hey, so
You get up on the floor, right?
so
You probably snatch him with both hands.
But it's constricting. It's constricting you.
I'm done.
It's constricting
Yes, yeah. So when we heard the fact that word actually comes from choke, it automatically made us think about Mark 4:19, because it says the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches and lust of other things enters in and it chokes the word. And
Yeah,
we know
it's-
you are the word.
You're the word.
And it chokes the word, everything on the outside of you. We're talking about distractions. It breaks that down in that scripture. That's the cares of the world, deceitfulness, lust of other things.
Right.
That was a little twirl on that thing.
Yeah. Deceiving the riches, love
Yeah.
for other things. Cares of this
You
world.
heard me.
Cares of this world.
Hey, right down.
Yeah.
Walk right down.
So hold on. Can we break the parable down a minute? He's talking about the sower sows the word. The sower in this. I remember. I love it. I think it's at the end of John. It might have been. I don't know. But the gospel at the end of one of them. But he said, I'm not going to talk to y'all, in parables. No, I'm going to talk to you plainly. He said, you're the word. Like this is what I'm talking about, right? And they talk about the soul. Like you've been given an identity. So the soul, the Father, has given you who you are. You didn't come up with it on your own. You didn't build yourself. You didn't make. You're not self-made. Everybody say I pulled my bootstraps up. No, you didn't. You've been given
Got it
an
out the
identity,
mud.
right? You've been given an identity.
Did you though?
But the cares of this world, deceitfulness of riches, and lust for other things. What other things? Things other than your identity.
Other than
They
you.
choke who you are.
Those
They choke
same
your identity.
things from Matthew 6.
Same thing.
Same things.
Well, Matthew 6 talks about what? He said, take no thought
Take no
what you're
thought.
going to eat, what you're going to drink, what you're going to put on, right?
Yep.
How you're going to be clothed, all the different stuff. Because the Father knows you have need of
Need.
these things. So
What's the point
he
of
know where he
having
put
lust
you.
for these other
See,
things?
it's funny. It's like him planting a flower but not making the sun. Like putting the dirt
Right.
and putting the flower in, but not making the sun. But he knows that the flower, he made it that way, that it
Right.
needs the sun.
Right.
So I put everything in place already, and all it has to do is just be and grow.
Yep.
Ooh,
Us too.
Work in
that's all
agreement.
you got to do.
But if I'm distracted by the cares of this world, or the deceitfulness of riches, and the reason riches are deceitful because the earth is Lord and the fullness thereof. Everything belongs to Him, but we made this monetary system, and we value all the different things that we make, right? Right. So deceitfulness of riches, or deceitfulness of riches also is, I'm more holy if I'm broker. Or if I get more money, everything gonna be okay. I know people on both sides. I've been on both sides. None of that really appeases anything.
Yeah.
So deceiving riches, and then lust for other things. So it's anything other than your true identity. Anything other than the true identity of someone that you come in contact with. For other things, those are the things that come in and
Choke you.
choke identity.
Yeah.
It makes you anxious. It gives you an anxiety attack
Yeah.
because you're so concerned about everything around. And you're taking yourself too serious.
And because of that, the way that scripture ends is you become unfruitful.
You become
It
unfruitful.
becomes unfruitful.
Right,
Yeah.
become
So
unfruitful.
you will
It
never
don't bear,
produce.
you never
Bear no
produce.
fruit, yeah.
You don't bear no fruit. I
Man,
think,
so anxiety keeps you in the same place.
once again, Jesus,
Not producing
get the
it.
claps, get the claps with Jesus with the win. Like Jesus with the ultimate win about everything. Because he's the ultimate therapist. If you get what I'm saying, because he's speaking to your anxiety right there. But because he doesn't say
Wow.
anxiety in the Bible, people think, well, the Bible don't have all the
Yeah.
answers. No, you just hadn't read Jesus. Because Jesus speaks to, and it is specifically in Matthew 6 and in that one. Just so how much thought you take? None.
None.
Take
Zero.
none.
Nilch.
Because any thoughts that you take,
Come
you
on.
got to take them. You get it like any thought, like you took that thought.
Yep.
Yes.
Now it's yours.
Yeah. Now somebody can throw something at me, but I got to catch it.
Right.
Somebody can try to impose something on me, but I have to take it in order for it to be a part of me.
Yep.
So stop taking what everybody else is giving you. Stop taking what everybody else is saying.
Yep.
That's a lesson for me right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
To stop taking on or assuming the identity of what everybody else is saying.
Yes.
Miss me.
Miss me with that, man. Whoa,
Yeah.
Matrix. Like, you know what I'm saying, man? Like, miss me with that because
Yeah.
if it's not who I really am, it's going to cause me to be anxious.
You know, though, when you say don't take every thought that people are throwing on you, it makes me think about the good and the bad
The
thoughts.
good and the bad. The good and
Yeah,
the bad.
because-
Because a lot of my look. what has stressed me out the most in my life,
Okay.
or anything that made me anxious, was good thoughts that people thought about me that I was trying to uphold myself to.
Man,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah.
that's real.
You know they'll
That's real.
Yeah.
pat you on your back and they
Put you
say
on that
you're
pedestal,
this and
boy.
you're this and you're this and you're this and you're this,
Yeah.
and then you start believing the
Hype.
Oh,
Don't buy the hype.
don't buy the hype, don't buy the hype. 'Cause
That
you
is the
start-
hype.
You start believing the hype and then you start trying to live up to the hype and then it's gonna drop you.
Yup.
yes.
We kind of talked about that a little bit there. It's gonna drop you like it's just drop you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
And so these outward ideas are distractions,
Yeah.
right? You're focused when you're inside.
Yeah.
Get it? So now you got that Matthew. What is it? Mark what? What is it?
4,
Mark 4,
19.
and then you got the Matthew 6.
Yeah.
He says, so Matthew 6, our favorite verse is 33. He says, seek first
Yeah.
the kingdom of God, which is God's way of doing things, which is you, who's on the inside of you, and his righteousness. And righteousness, people get all deep and all this stuff. It just means your right standing with God, which just means I have a right to stand one with God. So I need to seek his way, which is my rightfully being one with him and understanding I'm one with him.
Yeah.
And all these things that I'm stressing about
Everything. Everything you think you want on it.
will be added. How many times you stress about something? Well, I ain't gonna ask you. But how many times
He ain't
no.
stressing.
How many times you thought about something, wanted something to come through, needed something to be done, and then you was like all up in arms about it, and then when it got done, you know what I'm saying? It came through regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like it just came through. When it got done, you just look back and be like, man, why was I so turned about that? You know what I'm saying? Like why was I so up in arms about that? Because it was taken care of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
And it's amazing how quick your emotions change. They go up and down.
Yeah.
We can't be moved by how we feel our emotions.
Right.
Stop trying to master the thoughts and get a new mind.
Come on.
Right?
Yeah.
Ain't that
That's a
dope?
new perspective for a lot of people.
That's
That's
dope.
good. That's good.
That's
Yeah.
dope because we've been chasing these thoughts around
Yeah.
Yes.
and trying to lock this thought up, and I'm gonna lock this thought
Yeah,
up.
because
and
we
I'ma
say
tie this
casting
thought up.
down imaginations. You
Yeah.
take it one at a time.
Yeah, we
and
just
you-
swapping thoughts.
So one
Yeah.
cast.
We're swapping thoughts instead of me getting a new mind.
Yes.
And then when I get a new mindset, then it doesn't matter what thought comes because my new mind is going to handle it the way my mind handled it. Mind of Christ, right? Yeah, I think that's huge.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
everything on the outside distracting us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you say that, I think the first thing that came to mind was, dump the barrel.
Dump the barrel. Dump the barrel.
Like,
Dump
get
the barrel.
everything out.
Get everything out. All good and bad.
Good and
Yep.
bad.
Dump the whole. Now that's another problem. Now we were talking about this last night, Danny, and we were talking about this last night a little while. Sometimes there are some things about yourself that you want to hold on to, right? Because you think, well, nah, I'm gonna hold on to this one,
Let me throw this out and that out. I'm going to keep this.
right?
Right.
But that's
the one thing
but that's the thing that's causing anxiety. You don't
Yep.
know it.
choking you.
Yep.
That's the thing that's causing. That's causing. It doesn't matter when if you were literally choking right now and your air passage is blocked and you're about to expire. You don't care what it is. You don't care if it's $1,000 choke. You know what I'm saying? You don't care if $1,000 is a good thing. Good thing to have. But it's not if it's choking.
Yeah, blocking
Wow.
your ear.
If it's blocking your air passage,
Yep.
Yeah.
right? Come on, think about something that you like. Think about, you like your jewelry or something like that, right? Like it could be great. It could be diamond ring or something like that, right? But if it's blocking your air passage, we don't care what it is. Get it out of here.
Get it out, yeah.
Right.
You get what I'm
Right,
saying?
because it's the
Because
most
it doesn't
important.
matter if it's good or bad now,
And so you gotta feel like
It's
that
in the
about
way.
your
I can't
identity.
breathe.
It's in a way.
right?
Yeah, you gotta feel like that about your identity. Like
About
you
your
feel
identity.
when somebody starts holding your breath,
Right.
or like choking you physically.
Stop.
You gonna fight for it.
Fight for it and stop taking yourself so doggone serious.
Yeah. Today.
Today, forget your whatever it is.
Even forget that long plan, because when I think about taking no thought for tomorrow, he talking about you stressing over this plan.
I got a question. Have you ever stressed over a plan and you had it planned out and you went for it for a long time and realized it wasn't a plan?
Hold up,
Yeah.
say it one more time.
You was like you was going on this pathway that you had made up in your mind, and I'm like, I'm about to do it, and you work hard for it, and you realize, this ain't it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of relationships are like that too.
Oh,
Man,
man.
that's happened to me multiple times.
Like, this ain't it.
Dude, college was like
Now you gotta make a
that.
decision.
Yup.
Am I gonna try to hold on to
Pull a
what we
plug.
Right.
Pull a plug. That's it.
Oh my
You gotta make a
God.
decision, man. And I say pull a plug. 'cause
Parachute.
They got to die. Let it all die. What's supposed to live is gonna resurrect, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's, have that perspective.
Look, you can't kill a dead man.
Come on.
Okay.
When I'm over it, I'm over it.
Done.
When I'm over it, you cannot use it against me anymore.
Right.
I do not care.
That's
I
the
am
power.
over it.
Yep.
Okay, you're gonna do that?
That's
Cool.
the power.
That is. You got
take
you
it.
got the
Here,
power
take
right
it.
now.
Here, you don't want take the water. I don't care.
Yeah, you want the water so bad? Take
Who
the water.
cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? It's one of those things.
Nah, for real.
That you gotta. That's Jesus. He said, "You don't take my life, I give it. I don't
give it.
care. What
Right.
you gonna do? You tear down this sanctuary. You tear down this temple, and in
temple.
3 days I'm gonna build it back up. You
Yep.
can do what you want. You know what? I tell you what. I'm gonna say it like this. You know what? You actually can come get me. I'll call legions of angels and wipe all this out. We can end
Right.
the world today. What's
Today.
right now?
On site.
On site, right? So don't play like you got this control over me because you don't.
You don't.
Come on.
Right.
Don't play like you have this thing that can crush me and choke me and make me out of myself and cut my air passes off, which is my breath, which is my life.
Life, yeah.
Anxiety tries to choke the first thing that God did to us, which is breathe.
Breathe life.
And we become a living soul.
Soul.
You
Yep.
get it? You get it? But anxiety wants to choke your soul.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, we're not having it no more.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're not having no
With
more. No prayers are
everything.
needed. No prayers are needed. No fasting is needed. It's none of this stuff. And if that helps you, cool. But it's just you have to realize and break down who you think you are,
Yeah.
and then kill that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get rid of that,
Yep.
and come alive to the mind of Christ.
Yep. Yep. That's a different mindset.
And the mind of Christ is not on the other side.
Right. Right.
So don't talk about I'm gonna kill myself and I'm gonna be better off with the Father in glory. No, stop. He put you here for a reason. If you're still here for a reason, it's
Right.
for a reason.
You with the Father in glory right now.
All right, you're the Father in
Come
glory.
on, yeah,
Glory
that's
is in you
true.
because you are in the glory.
That's true.
So
That's
shut up.
true.
Shut up, please. Right? So, and I hate. I don't want to. I don't hate to sound like that, but I don't want to sound like that. But it needs somebody to tell you like
Yeah.
that. I'm tired
Too much
of
pampering.
I'm tired of.
Yeah.
It's the punkification of society. There's another word I want to use, but
Yep.
it's not proper for here. But
Yeah.
the punkification.
What's the other
of
word?
society.
No,
What's the other word? Say it.
Of course you would.
Right?
I said.
It's really not allowing us to take into our hands our own lives.
Right.
Yeah.
We are more than we've been. And God made us that way. We're not choosing it. We're not being bigoted. I am one with God.
Yep.
If Jesus prayed this prayer for me, then this is the introspective that I should have of me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is how I should see myself.
Yep.
So I'm one with God. So now nothing can choke. Nothing can choke that. Nothing could be anxious. Paul said on Philippians, be anxious for.
Nothing.
No thing.
But it says, it said, but in everything by prayer and with thanksgiving. So watch this. Prayer, we thought prayer was,
Yeah, now
your
we
words
know.
and much speaking.
Yes.
But prayer really means introspect.
Yes.
It's a request, but it's also introspect.
Yeah.
It's really inside, like taking a spectacle of your insides.
Yeah.
And then searching, seeing what looks like God, what don't look
You
like
measuring
God.
up to it. Yep.
Then you're able to put the stuff out. You ever cleaned something out before? A car, a house, or whatever? You're able to put the stuff out that's not matching the what you want it to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
You put it out, right? And then Thanksgiving.
In wicked ways.
Yeah, right,
Yep.
right. And then Thanksgiving. So I'm thankful for God in me as me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And now this is my request that I know more about my identity in God.
So All right, so I got a question I want to pose. Because talking about that, right?
He be looking up. He be like,
I do. Cause I be,
That's how you know you got something to say.
no, because I be thinking, right? And so now, Jesus prayed the prayer, right? So now, if that's the prayer that he prayed, but we don't fulfill that prayer, is it that Jesus' prayer didn't answer, or did we not answer his prayer?
All right. The second one. Right,
So
yeah, we didn't step up to the plate.
Yeah.
We didn't step up to the request.
'cause I can't see that him making a prayer or praying something on our behalf and then, it not be answered.
Yeah, we
Right.
didn't. Yeah, I can't see it not being answered. So, what he's asking God to do, and now this is recorded too. So the prayer is recorded, and we don't have any other records of him praying like that. Like he prayed in the garden and everything, but nobody really detailed the prayer. Right. But it was detailed for a reason because you knew what his desire or request is, which means that's what he's been doing the whole time.
Yep.
I'm grateful of it
Bringing it
being
all
there.
into-
I'm grateful of it being
Yeah.
there because this is the point. I
Yeah.
couldn't say it to you like that then because y'all would have tripped out.
Yeah.
'Cause nobody was talking like that.
Right.
You go look at nobody was talking like that. Everybody talk like that. They call him a mystic. You know what I'm saying, or some kind of witch or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Or somebody that's off or whatever. They do it right now too.
Yeah.
Which is a whole nother thing. In 2019, we're still talking like that, right?
Yeah.
But the man said that let them be one as we are one. Let them be one with you as we are one. That's the goal. I mean, there's really no other conversation.
It's not.
It's really not.
There's no other
we always
message, no
come back to the
conversation.
same thing.
We come back to the
he,
same
took,
thing.
he took everything and brought it into one. It was like,
know,
this is it right here. This is the whole,
what
this
I'm
the whole
looking for.
point.
This is it.
This is it.
And if we get here, then I won't be anxious for anything because everything is in me.
Which is why he says, "Come to me."
Bro,
Oh,
Yeah.
what that too? Yeah, right. That come because I was thinking about that earlier when you said something. Because you said search the scriptures.
Yeah.
Like, do what all the stuff that you're doing, like all the things that you think is important, and all the things that you're doing. Just keep doing those. I'm not even telling you stop doing them. He said, because in them you think you have eternal life. Like, you think you have who you really are, right?
Yep.
You think?
He said, and
You thought.
instead of but, he said, and they are they that testify
Of
of me. But the big thing is, he said, but the next one is, but you won't come to me,
Right.
and you won't come to me, right? That you have eternal, like your eternal life is not in your ritual. Your eternal life is not in your actions. It's not because your actions are temporal.
Yeah.
Right? Your rituals are temporal. We went to church this morning. It's
Yeah.
over now.
Yep.
Yep.
Right? Like we dismissed. Right? According to service, church
Yeah,
service.
the
I'm
service,
saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? We dismissed.
Right.
But the eternity of who I am goes on, and it went on this morning when I was there, and it'll go on after when I'm anywhere, because that's the identity of who I am.
Yes.
That's God in me.
Yeah.
You get it? Christ in us, the hope of glory. It says that in the scripture too.
Yeah.
This is the key to me being calm and peaceful. I like the other one, and this is one of the ones I wanted to use, was he makes a statement. It's one of the best, shortest times, one of the best statements. He said, take my yoke upon you. It's almost like you're putting something on your neck. It's like, I don't know, I want it on my neck, right? I don't want no yoke. I'm going to be yoked up. He said, just listen. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me. And what am I learning? He said, because I am meek
Yep.
and lowly in heart, lowly in thought process. I'm not thinking too highly than I should think. Like, I'm meek and I'm calm. So listen, like, I really don't, listen, God in the
That's it right there.
God in the flesh didn't take yourself too serious.
Right.
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 And if he can be meek and lowly,
Listen
come on.
to the
Then
listen
God
to,
in the flesh. God in the flesh.
Yeah,
right. God in the flesh,
exactly.
right.
That's you.
listen to the culture, the identity change, the culture change, the society change that goes along with that. I'm gonna say it slow again. That God doesn't take himself too seriously,
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
because he is. So for me to take myself too serious would mean there'd be something else other than me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well-
So I'm not God in the flesh. Jesus did not make a big deal about himself. If anybody, we do this all day long. I think there's a problem too. We make a big deal about ourselves. That's where, once again, I think it all comes from.
Yes.
I think your fear comes from your self-preservation, and you making a big deal about yourself, and you made a little deal about God in you,
Yeah.
as you. You made a bigger deal about your idea of yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Then you focused on then you have focused on who you really are.
The truth.
You get it? And so now all those things are greater than who you are. in your mentality.
Yeah.
And so now you spazzing out.
And you look at him as that.
You freaking out. You
Freaking.
spazzing out. You got to talk to somebody. No, talk to yourself.
So,
Right?
self.
Right.
Right.
And get it together. I don't want to be dismissive about how I'm saying or anything, but I do want to be direct.
Right.
I think we should always be direct. I think Jesus was direct. I don't think he cut any corners.
Right.
I think he was very, very direct. I mean, some of the stuff he said, they call it, I can't use this word. He's a prick, which is another word for prick.
Yeah.
He was prick.
Yeah.
And somebody told me the other day, you like being a prick. I was like, no, I'm not really a prick. I just say it straight, and how you feel is prickly.
Prickly.
So you call me that thing, But I said Jesus was a too. You know what I'm saying? Because he said things in a way that was challenging, and it made you like.
Yeah.
It made you feel like who you think you are. Well, I know who I am.
Right.
So because I know who I am, and I'm not saying I'm better than you, but I know who I am. So because I know who I am, right, don't let my knowing who I am challenge your not knowing who you are.
Yes.
Right? It should encourage you to know more about who you are and your oneness with God. Because what I'm telling you is you too.
Yep.
Yeah.
All day long. Love my neighbor as I love my
100%.
self. You get it? I'm loving my neighbor as I love myself.
Yep.
And so this is even what this is we're doing right now.
When I think
Right.
about how meek he was and like lowly in heart, like he says, like with all that greatness for you still to be meek, and I think about people who think they're so great. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't doing nothing.
but
I ain't helping nobody.
Every time I
they
think
can't
about-
reduplicate what they think. Look, forget how great you think you are. If you can't duplicate it in somebody else
It ain't
like
worth
this, you ain't doing nothing.
But still, I still think
I ain't
no
talking
matter
about multi-level
how
marketing and nothing like that neither. I'm talking about like
he going
like
in on this person.
Oh, they gonna be all
I'm
right.
not even thinking about nobody in particular, but I'm just
No,
like the more I learn Jesus,
But
I
it's a
just
mentality, though.
What I was gonna say is no matter how
Yeah, come on.
great
Say
I'm
it.
sorry.
you
Say
think you are, right? Because we say those people think very highly of themselves. But then I think
Branding.
I also think about how many issues were thrown at Jesus when he wasn't actually doing anything wrong. So how he could say he was troubled because even though he wasn't, he could have. This person who have all this stuff coming at him, people talking about him, trying to kill him, doing everything they can, right, to take him out. Okay, so this person has so many issues, all right? For him to think anything different would still be to think more highly of yourself because you think, you think this about me, so you're trying to prove you're so highly of a person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They
Like you're
shouldn't be doing
still
this to
thinking
me.
highly of yourself.
right.
Yep.
It's too,
At the end of it's both sides. Whether you feel like a crushed person or you feel like this great person,
you still more
you're
highly.
still thinking of yourself more highly than you are too.
Balance.
Yeah.
Balance is the key. Right, being it's not left field or right field, it's center field. It's like being in the middle is the key. Two things came up when you said it. It's two places. You talking about him being in trouble. He had one that said, I'm so heavy right now. Like I really am. My soul is heavy right now.
Yeah, sure
But
did.
remember we talked about I'm gonna be like, but what I'm gonna do?
Right.
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say, well, take this
this-
from no,
Right.
no.
Take
I
this
came
from
here
me?
for
For
this.
this.
Man.
For this very
Right?
thing.
My identity was made for this. Right? And then the other time he says, Lord, if you can't let this
Yep.
cup pass me. Nevertheless,
Yeah.
Always
ain't about
comes
me, bro.
back
Yeah, my
to
will.
balance.
because it's not about me. Because the subject of the line, let this cup pass from
Me.
No, nevertheless, not
My will.
my will. It gets it off of me and put it on thee. You get
Yeah.
it? Like gets it off of me and puts it on you because you are the catalyst of everything, and that's my true identity.
All right.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yep.
Like so I am one with God. Say it right quick. I am one with God.
I am one with God.
If you ever want to calm down, if you ever having a whatever attack or whatever you feel some kind of way, say that, and your consciousness automatically shifts you. Like it shifts you to something else other than where you are then, because either you are having an anxiety attack or you're one with God. Which one? But if you say I am one with God,
I am one with God.
it changes everything you thought about yourself at that moment.
Yep.
True or not true?
It's a recalibration.
It's a recalibration
It
like
is.
that,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Right? It's like no matter how I'm one with God. It's like a shock, like a defibrillator. Boom.
Yeah,
Right,
it
right,
is.
Right.
It
Right,
is.
it's like a chest
Back
compression when
to
you
life.
boom,
Yeah.
like yo, like come on, get it together, right? Because that's so when I believe that I am one with God, that other idea that's choking me, or the other person that's getting choked, or this other person that is panicking, is now non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that's somebody else.
Come on.
You get it? That's something else.
Yeah.
That's something else. You know, people talking about possessed. Well, yeah, a lot of people possessed.
Mm-hmm.
Because you ain't foam at the mouth, don't mean you ain't.
Come on.
Jesus talks about it again too. Luke 21:19. He says, "In your patience." So patience. Patience doesn't mean wait. Patience says keep the same demeanor throughout anything. If it's raining outside, keep the same demeanor. If the house is on fire, keep the same demeanor. If somebody's screaming at you, keep the same demeanor. If things are not working, keep the same demeanor. Patience.
And I saw something too where patience said like to hold on to.
Yep.
It's like to grasp on, to grip on to.
To what? Your identity. To keep that throughout everything. So never let it go.
Yep.
And he says, in your keeping that, your patience, possess you. It says possess, the way the King James says, possess ye
Your soul.
your soul. But it's like possess you.
Yep.
So in holding on to you, possess you,
Yes.
your soul.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yep.
So like
Drop the other thing.
drop the other thing, possess you.
Yeah.
Get a grip of yourself, right?
Right,
Yeah.
Right, get a hold of yourself. But the key is
And then nothing can choke you if you're holding.
if you're holding on to it,
Yeah,
right?
that's
But
true.
you got to know, you got to have something to hold on to.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is this? I think which is this RedIn30, right? That's
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Like we've Jesus is the ultimate.
'Cause you can't possess what you don't know.
You can't possess what you don't know, and that's another thing. And so I would not be giving this message and saying get a hold of yourself if I didn't tell you who you were. So
Right.
can we tell them who they are?
Yeah. Break it down.
Can we tell them who they are? You are loved. You are created. You are beloved. You are a direct descendant of God the Father.
Yep.
You could have come from nowhere else. Your mother and your father were only a pathway to get you here in the flesh, but you are one with the Father.
Yep.
Jesus said it, so this is what it is. This is the whole story. This is everything that he was saying, that you come from a Father that loves you regardless of you. Your ideas, your mistakes, your shortcomings, you got them from somebody else.
Yep.
He loves you. You are perfect in your making. You're perfect in your functioning. If you slow down, cut everything off, and realize who you are. This is why religion and all the different sectors of Christianity, all the different sectors of religion can't add up to this, because it's real bare and broken down to one with the Creator.
Yeah.
One with the Creator, and the function just like the Creator function.
Yep.
And the function with the same mentality, the same mission, the same movement
Yep.
as the Creator. This
Yeah. Good word.
is
The same-
right. You get
same
it?
survey
This
of the-
is that's it.
Generation. Yeah.
It's who you are.
Yep.
So before anybody else tells you anything else, this is not a moral thing.
Yeah.
It's not based on how good you are, because nobody's good enough.
Right.
And you'll never get good enough. Like how much money is enough? Like you'll never have. It's always a progress, but it's more about the movement than the moment. You get it?
Yeah.
Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm saying, and this is a good segment, and we'll take this because this is who you are. Don't take my word for it. Take the red for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't take my word for it. Take the red word for it.
Come
You get
on.
it? Right? But take the red words and let him tell you who you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when you have who you are, we haven't been told who we are. We're told who we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
We're told what we're supposed to go towards, what we need to have to be a success. We say all these different
Who they-
words.
who they want us to be.
Legendary, legacy, all this different stuff that we say, and nobody gives us a grip. There's some people that's even rich or whatever, or are successful in whatever you think successful is in your eyes, and they have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
And immediately when they start finding out, the rug can get pulled up from their feet and they'll
Drop.
fall.
Yeah.
You get it? And I'm not making
Because-
a judgment. I'm just saying that is what it is.
That's the reality. Yeah. That's what happens.
Because if what you do isn't based off of who you really are,
Right.
then it's just you just wandering.
You're just
Basically,
wandering.
you're
You're in
out
the
here trying to
wilderness.
find things to
Yep.
do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna keep doing things, whether that's good, bad, or whatever. But why are you here? You really don't know that until you know who you are,
Yep.
and then it's birth out of that.
Yep.
And now you can say, now you really ain't bothered by what other people are doing, what level they on, or whatever, because you know why you're here.
Yep. And that brings clarity.
What?
Brings clarity.
So much clarity. What?
Right, it's clear.
It's clear,
And
peaceful,
calm.
free, calm,
And
bro.
calm.
Everything.
It's so cool. Like, I
Wow.
ain't gotta worry about that because
So cool.
like when you understand that, it's like what you say. Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
And that's not who I am.
Wow.
not,
It's like you in pocket. You know how they say somebody in pocket? Like in,
That is it.
in music, it's
You're
like
in
that.
pocket.
Like
You're
What
in
you know
pocket.
about that?
I mean, I've heard it. I hang around
okay.
people who do music, you
I
know.
don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Something about pocket. The
but
drummers,
no,
right?
when you
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
the drum- all right,
Hey.
hold on, all right, Joe, the drummer. All right. When you're in pocket, when you're in pocket, they call it being pocket. They call you on fire when you're playing ball. It's like singing has a place like that too.
Yeah.
When you own it,
In the zone, yeah.
there's nothing that you can do that's gonna mess up.
Yep.
Because everything that's coming out, there's a place. I'll say this, then I won't stay on it long. But there's a place that you can get to. I believe Jesus lived here. And but there's a place that you can get to where you're so in pocket with your identity that everything you can throw it up behind your head and it's gonna go in the rim.
Yeah.
Because you're so in tune, it's not moved by what you're seeing.
Come on.
But you're so aware of everything that's around you that you're so in pocket.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's a wrap. It doesn't matter where you are.
Yep.
Like Mike.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's like that's it.
It don't matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's opposing you, who's on the court, what team showed up.
Yep.
That's it.
I'm on. When I walked in, I knew who I was.
Yep.
Man, and that's greater
over
than
with.
anything. I mean, it kind of crushes the idea of what we think is successful around us.
Oh,
It crushes
man.
that.
Man, our success.
What? You'll see it in a whole nother
What
light.
we call success is
different
frail
ball
and
game.
brittle,
No,
man. Yeah,
right?
man.
You playing a different game, really.
You playing a different game.
Yeah.
For real. Everybody else playing this game?
You be like, what?
Whatever. Right.
Let me know when y'all finish.
You know what y'all finish. Right. That's how they describe them guys too.
Yeah.
Them guys when they really get on, they're like, okay, he's playing another game.
Yeah.
Everybody else is playing this game. He's somewhere else.
He's somewhere else,
His
yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
That's how they
Yep.
describe it a lot.
Yep.
And that's how I want to be described. Number one, not for nobody to pat me on my back, but I just rather be somewhere else
Right.
than up here stressing about the
Yeah.
same old stuff.
Come on.
Right? I'd rather be on another mindset, another frequency,
Yep.
than to be thinking and stressing about the same old stuff. You realize the stuff that we stress about today ain't changing for tomorrow.
Nope.
Like it's still gonna be another thing to stress about.
Stop
There's gonna be
it.
another.
What? It's a bubble of
So let me
just.
just change. Look, I'm telling y'all now. I'm just getting rid of that old bag. Like
Yeah.
I just get a new bag. I want a new mind. That's what I have, a new mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a new mind. That's it.
New
I'm not thinking
mind.
about that old stuff no more.
Yep.
Yep. And you listening got a new mind too.
You got a new mind
right
too,
now.
because you know who
Keep
you
it
are.
going.
You know who you are.
Yep.
Getting those red words. And those red words show you exactly who you are.
All day
Yep.
And tell you the truth about you. And it calms you.
down.
Damn. Not for real though.
Calms you down.
I love it.
Yeah, I think that's great.
We good.
Yeah, I think
We
that's
good. You always good.
Yeah, we always do.
Always good.
Always good.
It's all good. It's all
It's all
gutter.
good.
Even when it's
all
bad, it's
Gucci.
good.
It's good.
Yep. It's good all the time.
I want to say one more thing too.
All right.
Hit it.
Even we can lose the identity thing. The biggest trick of identity, or somebody can fool you about your identity, is a misstep
Yeah.
or a mistake, right? Or looking over the fence at something else. So you got to be mindful of I want to stress is the distractions.
Yeah.
Sometimes your own mistakes are distractions.
Yeah.
And then people can say, you just like this. No. This is what I did, and this may be a mistake that I made, but this is not who I am.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Your life situation is life is not your life. Your life situation is not your life.
Nope.
Yeah.
Your mistakes is not your makeup. You get
Separate.
it? Right?
Yeah.
Like it's not who you are.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
Forgive yourself.
right.
Go back to
so
us.
forgive yourself. The last one. The
Yeah.
last one. Forgive
Yeah.
yourself.
That's
It doesn't
a
mean
powerful thing.
that doesn't mean to be reckless, and most people don't say this stuff because they're fearful of people not having any morals or any remorse.
Man, people gonna do what they want to do regardless.
People gonna do what they want to do
Hey, that's true.
regardless. And so
Regardless.
we've been trying the other thing. We've been trying punishment.
All right.
We've been trying locking them up. We've been trying fussing and marching and rhetoricing and we've been trying everything. And I'm not saying those things have no effect, but we've been trying them for a long time, and they've been getting small little inches.
they've done
we're
some
inching.
good, yeah.
We're inching. But
Yeah.
I'm over that. I'm over that. I want to see the massive movement and the massive change and the massive makeup of mankind
Yeah.
to flip.
Yep.
And so the only way to do that is out of freedom. You never really know somebody's doing something sincerely if you don't give them the freedom to not do it.
Yeah. Right.
Come on.
Right.
You know,
That's another
Yeah, that's another
podcast.
podcast. If
Come
I
on.
force you to do
Yes.
something, I don't really know why you're doing it.
Right.
You know, if I lock you in the room, I don't know. You ain't staying. I locked you at the house. Oh, she been staying with me for a long time. No, she ain't really with you. She locked in.
Locked in. Oh
my
Wed
God.
locked. No,
Ah.
come on, look here. That's another one. Lock.
That's
We
another
should not use the word wedlock because it's biblical.
It's a chain on your doors.
On your door.
Nah, that's real though.
Are you looking for something?
He's about to look up wedlock.
Just want to make sure because you know
No, we gonna.
all these theologians go on.
What?
Nothing. All right, y'all. This has been RedIn30.
It's been great.
It's been great. It's been a great episode. And so, calm down.
Calm down. Chill
Calm
out.
down.
Hey.
Calm down. Chill out.
Chill out.
RedIn30.
And while you're calming and chilling, hit us up.
Yeah.
the DMs.
Hit us up on the DM.
Emails.
Yeah.
RedIn30.
RedIn30.
Spelled out.
RedIn30. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to
At
figure out what they're
Gmail.
talking about. They were like, hey, there's in the background. I'll be so funny. There's in the background talking about something.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw both of y'all. I saw y'all looking at me. I was like,
What are you supposed to do? Did we talk about this already?
Y'all
And
said email. Y'all said DM. I was like, they ain't got nothing.
Look, and then shout out to Swag. Swag is like this.
Oh,
Like he's singing, and I knew exactly what he meant. Shout out to Swag. I knew exactly what he meant.
Oh,
so that
God.
means you got to play the.
I got you, bro. I ain't got no
record,
shame.
Here it go. Here it go.
I ain't
That
got
boy
no
said-
shame.
You come down.
I ain't got no shame.
I thought he was gonna start doing like this.
I wish you would.
No, it was 9 seconds. I thought it was 20 seconds, but it was just 9 seconds.
9 seconds.
Yeah. Yo, it was a rhyme, bro. Chill out.
Oh my God. What was that breaking up part?
One more time.
That's
One more time.
You don't know
for
what song
the,
that is?
One more time for the people in the back.
Yeah. I knew when it got to that part.
That what you sent me?
Everything else?
That what you sent me? Is that what you want me to
Everything else?
judge?
Yeah. Because usually when I sing it, I'm singing it, harmonizing with the track.
Oh.
And so I just wanted to sing it without the track to see, how much I was improving or, so I could work on it a little bit more.
Yeah, earlier I thought you was doing like this original song or
feel
something.
you.
I didn't catch that you.
You thought I was
She thought
singing
it was a whole
original?
nother
Well, I was just.
Jones.
I was on the outside.
I thought I was writing some music and was like, hey, let me.
He said you sent him an audio.
Hey, tell me what you think about it.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on.
Hey, I'm trying to get in the studio, bro. Let me know if you like my mixtape.
I heard you say something about over
I
the
got a
track.
new record
What
called.
track?
Hey, it's
Yeah.
You closer.
Yeah.
You closer.
Yeah.
You closer than before.
Yeah.
You're making progress.
Yeah. Because at first, the first one I sent, the first one I was about to send.
Oh, you had two of them.
I
You
had
recorded
two.
another one.
Yeah,
Where's
I
the
had-
other one?
I didn't.
Oh,
I
you
didn't
didn't keep
send
it?
Nah.
Oh,
It
you
was-
record them in your audio notes, so you keep them forever.
He kept a
Yeah.
good one.
No, because I
Send
was
it to
trying
me
to
again
hear.
so I can save it,
Because
too.
it was like it was more falsetto. It was like higher or whatever, more like the track. But I was like, no, let me come down a little bit. So this one is down a little bit. It's not like the other one. So yeah, I'm like
Let's just do it. Let's do it.
His face.
You had good mic technique, not two, because that's how singers do. You have to pull back from the mic.
Oh,
sometimes.
that ain't count. That ain't count.
Let's just do it one time for the road. You ready?
What is this?
Okay, come on, let's go. You gonna do it with me?
Oh my God.
This is for you, our number one.
OMG.
This is for you.
I'm not doing the original. You got to do it.
Oh, bro.
You got it. Come on.
Two different things.
Hey, bro. Yeah.
Why are you pumping him up right now?
No, we just
Yo, why are you hating right now? But you know what? I don't really care.
Oh, okay. You good,
I
huh?
feel good about me.
I love it.
Well, I didn't know what song that was too. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It was like, what is this? Yeah, that's the only part.
So you didn't hear the first part?
I didn't know what was
Oh,
going on.
you was waiting for the other
It was so
part, huh?
broken.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Not the same
You
song,
hit it, bro.
dog.
You hit it,
Yeah, I
bro. Hey,
appreciate
bro, don't
that,
let
bro.
it take
I
nothing,
appreciate
but you hit
Hey,
it.
I don't care.
So he hit it, so that
You know-
means you gonna let him do that on the next song for
Yo,
you?
you know,
Huh?
You gonna let
today-
him do that on one
I
of
don't
your
have that kind of notes on my
on one
song.
of your
Like, I don't
songs?
do that. This is only Superstar.
Yeah, what? Yo,
This is only Superstar.
hey, dump all that hate out your heart.
It's dumb.
Oh, my God.
Hey,
Oh, my God.
because today I sung, the Coming to America.
Why we thought as soon as the drums came on, it was like Coming to America. Who told me that? Somebody said
came
Coming to
on.
America
When?
this morning. Yeah, that's funny. As soon as they started playing the drums in the sanctuary, they were like, "This Coming to America."
For real?
Y'all must have been in
With
pocket
my wire.
Yeah.
What you saying? What song you say? She's your queen to be. Hey, if he had a record, he'd be all falsetto. That boy wouldn't sing nothing in a regular voice. He'd be
The
all
facial
falsetto, man.
expressions.
If I sung in a regular
Whoa.
voice.
So God bless y'all.
I mean,
Red30,
this is still your girl.
red30.com.
He
Follow us
closing out on you.
at RedIn30. I wasn't closing out. I'm just because I know this is going to go on forever.
It's
I know it's going to go on
It's
forever.
gonna get like on the road.
No, see, I can't go over there. 'Cause on the road, we got way off the road. We
On
was
the
on
road,
the
ain't
ATVs,
even-
right?
We started going.
Is that even out?
Red30.com. Red30 at Red30 on Instagram, at Red30 on Twitter.
Hey.
Email us red in the word spelled out 30 at
We said it.
gmail.com. You said it already? Well, I'm just
We did this.
reclosing.
Let them.
reclosing.
Would you be quiet?
Reclose
Let
it.
him do what he doing.
And
I'm saving him
and-
time.
He
and,
already he made way.
Something in me wants to
RedIn30,
show you something that I can't.
where Jesus shows us.
Jeremiah.
Jesus, what Jesus shows us? Jesus shows us who we really. Hey, God bless y'all. We go.
Truth,
And you all use it.
Red words.
Come on, Nakia. All
Red
use it.
Oh, red words.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Thank you for watching and listening to the RedIn30 podcast, where we talk about Jesus, truth, and you. Make sure you subscribe and share this with somebody that you love. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and like us on Facebook. We are RedIn30, so you need to be Red in 30. RedIn30, RedIn30.